Good morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America. And hello to anyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And I am hoping to see people joining me. I know it's a different time for people outside of Australia, as well outside of Eastern time. Anyone who switched to daylight savings time with me will find me easily because it's the same time. Anyone who didn't, it's going to be a different time. In Australia, we go from like 3 time zones to 5 or 6 time zones when we switch to daylight saving time. So Gladys found me. Hello, Gladys. Glad you could join me today. So let's get started. If people don't find me, they'll watch on replay. So today I'm going to do a trifold card, and I've seen these around for a little while, but I haven't done one before. I actually made one already this morning, and we're going to do a variation on this one. This uses the Pansy patch suite of products, mostly the designer series paper, but I am using I used a couple of dies to cut out some of the pansies from the designer series paper, and then I used sentiments from the Pansy patch stamp set. And it's a trifold because it's folded to make 3 panels. I think it's really, really pretty paper. I fell in love with it instantly when I saw the annual catalog, but I waited to purchase this, so I haven't done a whole lot with it yet, but I'm going to change that today. So that's the one that I made just before I came live with you guys, and I have cut enough to be able to make another one. This one, it does take a full sheet of cardstock, at least using the A4 size, because you need longer. Well, this is half a sheet of A4 cardstock, and you can see it's longer. It's the same width this way, but it's longer this way, so you wind up cutting off, a strip of cardstock this way and a bit off this end too. So yeah, but I think the final effect is worth it. And then 2 scores, and then we just fold them in, and I'm hoping they scored straight. The first one I had to do a little renovating on, which is fine. Good morning, Paula, how are you? And then that one's gonna go like that. Good. I'm just gonna burnish those a little bit so they lie as flat as possible. There we go. And to make the basic card, it's just, well, as with most cards, you just cut the designer series paper to the right sizes, and away you go. But this one, I'm going to try to step it up just a little bit before I put this piece on. And since I want it to go edge to edge, I actually deliberately cut it a little bit long to trim it into place. I find that easier to make sure I get it right up against there. So this is where I've had some thoughts about what I want to do, but I haven't plotted it all out yet. So I'm thinking about actually tucking a few of these in here. Sorry. There we go. I'm actually thinking a couple different thoughts here. What if we did that one there? That one's still going to be like that. We could do this one this way. And then these would pop a little more. That's a possibility. Maybe we'll try that this time. I think I know for sure where that's going to go, so we'll put that on and get it out of the way. So if I'm going to do that one like that, just trying to figure out if I want to put I'm just playing with it till I find what I like. Maybe I need to cut some leaves. Let's look at that. Yeah, maybe that needs to happen. Okay. So here are the dies for that. Oh, goodness. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. Leave. That's going to go on there. And then that's going to go on there. A few more of these going here. See if I can get fingers working this morning. My goodness. I am not worried about that one being cut off the edge of the paper. It's going to work just fine to tuck under. That one moved a little bit, but that's okay. I think try to get a few more of the soft seafoam leaves. There we go. So what have you guys been up to? Nothing? Lots of nothing? I know Paula knows this. Gladys, you may not know this yet, but Noah has flunked out of seeing eye dog school, and will be coming home to live with us. So tomorrow being Thursday for us. Uh-oh. Huh. Send me, my camera thinks that I'm still broadcasting, but my computer that's following the feed thinks it hasn't, that it stopped. Let me know if you can see this, please. I'm still hoping. There's an interruption, but I'm back. Okay, I'm going to try refreshing my computer here and see if it brings it back. Yes. Okay, good. I'm back on my screen as well. Now I just need to get to where I can see comments. Oh, that's not it. There we go. Okay, so let's keep going. Sorry about that. Put those aside. Let's see what we've gotten up to here. Oh, dear, oh dear. right there on that one. Just go with that. I think I'm liking that. Oh, you guys can't see it so much. Okay. Bringing in, this again is a piece of press and seal, Glad press and seal plastic wrap that has not enough bits of adhesive, removable adhesive on the back side. Oh, I've kind of messed that up, but that's okay. It's gonna help me keep roughly the right positioning on these, I hope. There we go. And I'm gonna get some adhesive on them. Some liquid. Maybe what I'm gonna do first is kind of tape them into place. More than kind of. That's actually what I am going to do, is tape them to each other. This is just plain old sticky tape, Scotch tape. That just tacks them together. Okay. So, I'm just going to make, try to see what you can see here. So what I'm doing is, I know I want those to go under this strip. So I'm just coming off, I scooted it off this way. I'm just making a quick line. I know that'll be covered up when I come back this way, and that gives me a target for putting these down. I know I want it to be back behind that line. Oh, and haha, actually on the card. So this one needs to move a little bit. So I need to do a little cleanup down there. That one's covered maybe a little, both of these are maybe covered a little more than ideal. Let's see if we can bring you out a little more. How about you? Yep. better. Okay. Let's do a little cleanup there of some excess glue. And now we'll glue this one on. Okay. Yeah, so Noah should be here. I would doubt it would be today. I need to fill out some paperwork and send it back into them to process. And so I'm thinking it's likely Thursday. Good. Okay, now I know it's just that little bit there. Where is my little guillotine cutter? I'm gonna do better with my snips, with all those layers. So I'm just cutting that little overhang off. Sorry, am I being too quiet? I don't like to yell, but here we go. Okay, so I do think for this one I'm going to put it that way. Okay, now we just need to decorate the front. So, I was thinking, I'm trying to decide if I want to do, this is wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you, and happy birthday. And I'm trying to decide if I want to reverse, and this one I put the happy birthday inside there. I'm trying to think if I want to reverse that and put the happy birthday on the front with a bunch of pansies, and then the bigger sentiment in there. I think I'm going to try that today. So let's figure out the right, I'm going to try this. I know it'll fit in there. But I think I want it to be a bit bigger so the pansies can overlap it. And the question just is, do I want to do this shape? Or this shape? I think I'm going to try this shape. If I don't like it, I can always do it again. Put that there. I'm going to bring this in because these are photopolymer stamps and they need the extra cushion. That's going to be a little too tight. I have a whole basket of basic white scraps, so I try not to go bigger than it needs to be, but there we go. I'll bring in some Evening Evergreen ink. I think the fonts on these stamps are really pretty. see about stamping the big one in here. There we go. Okay. Set that aside, set that aside, bring this back in. Sorry, I'm gonna stand up to look at that. Yeah. That tape's not doing any good at all. There we go. Okay, now we'll bring this back in and see how we like to go. So there's the happy birthday. We may have to do it like this, even though I don't get as good a view of what's going on over there. I know I've just changed this up from what it was. That's okay. Decisions, decisions. Okay, and I'm taking a moment to look at it on the screen because it really does make a difference when I can see it in the picture. I like that. I do like that. We're gonna try this again. See if we can get it to work better this time. Yes, Gladys, he will be with us permanently. We are adopting him. So there was a lot of intense discussion over the weekend about whether this is what we really wanted to do. Glenn didn't need to think about it too long, but he then but he then needed to spend a lot of time thinking about points that I raised. But yeah. It was interesting. Before we sent him in for formal training, we took part in a Zoom session for carers who were sending their dogs in for formal training. And one of the people who spoke in that session is one of the trainers who works with the dogs when they come in for formal training. And she has been a trainer for over 20 years, and she has raised 10 puppies for seeing eye dogs. And of the 10 puppies she's raised, 2 have gone on to be working dogs. So it really isn't anything that we did or didn't do. It really comes down to the dog and the dog's temperament and inclination. It needs to go move just a tiny bit, and I know it needs to be in so it doesn't come off the edge of the card. So disappointed that he didn't go on for his intended purpose, but you know, we know the dog, we know we like him, we know his personality. Glenn's very excited to have a dog that really wants to play and wants to cuddle. Rowdy and Mallow loved to cuddle. Rowdy didn't really care so much about cuddling, and neither of them were really good at playing at all. So that was, I think, always a disappointment. So yeah, just adding a little bit of tape because there's some of those, there's a couple that are well underneath that aren't going to get picked up by the dimensionals, so we'll just attach them like that. Kind of doing a Bruno here with lots and lots of dimensionals. I can see I don't have anything there to hold it in place. So let's fix that with some tape and a dimensional. There we go. How many dimensionals is too many dimensionals? I guess when you can't see any paper beneath them anymore. Okay. So for that, I'm just going to put a little dot of glue there. There we go. Now, shall we bling it? Maybe some ribbon tucked in. We'll see. Oh. Love that. Okay, let's see. Come here. Just trying to decide. Yeah, maybe yet there. Let's make sure. Just checking the comments. Slide that under. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Can you see it? Think some bling. Which kind here? So on the first one, here it is, I did some of these champagne rhinestones, and that's a possibility on this one. I also have the in color ones that are on here as well. I'm thinking maybe some of these soft succulent ones. The itty bitties. Let me see. Let's see about. What do we think? Oh, there we go. I see everybody. Sorry, I can't talk this morning. There we go. Two versions of the same card. Same designer series paper. I just flipped on the couple of panels which side I used, and I swapped which part of the sentiment phrase was inside and outside. So there you go. That's my cards for today. Thanks for joining me. I will be back same time, same place next week. Our time, everyone's time is stable for the next couple weeks. I'm also hosting mystery stamping on Saturday morning, Australia time, Friday evening in North America, and you can pop onto nancysniftynotes.com and click on the classes and events page and scroll down, and you will get a link to the supply list. Or if you go ahead and sign up for my email list, there's a link also on nancysniftynotes.com. You'll get an email reminder that will also have a link to the supply list and to the Zoom session. And go ahead and prep your materials, and I will give you assembly instructions in the form of clues on Saturday morning. So thanks for joining me, and I will talk to you again. Bye-bye.